Today we are at the Florence Sylvester Memorial Senior Center, and I don't know if you've been through here, but it's one of the gems of our community, and it's a resource center. It serves about 65,000 people a year, and I'm really excited to introduce you to some of the staff here because they're so helpful, and it's a true resource. I think you're all going to be interested, so come on, follow me.
Let me transfer.
Hi, I'm Cynthia, so to see Shirley Witt.
Oh, let me get it for you.
Great, thank you. Hi, how are you? Good to see you.
How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Nice to see
Great,
you.
you too.
Great.
Well, thank you.
What have
You
you been
too.
doing?
Well, busy as
Good.
usual.
Good.
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 And I'm excited to introduce you. This is Shirley Witt, director, and she's going to tell us all about the center and take us around, introduce
Absolutely.
people that you
I'm excited.
work with, and let's go.
I'm excited.
Great.
Let's talk about the great things about the Florence Sylvester. Welcome everybody. Welcome to our home.
Yeah.
Come on back.
Good.
Let's
Great.
meet the movers and the shakers here.
Okay, sounds good.
We're really huge on our veterans. We're huge on our veterans. So we're very proud that we were able to put up last year to honor our veterans of this program. And most of the veterans here are the gentlemen and women that have come here to the senior center. And it's really interesting because they'll come in, these 90-year-old men, they'll come in and they'll just stare at their picture. It is so heartwarming.
Yeah.
It is so heartwarming. It makes you want to cry. They just,
wonderful.
you can just see the memories and their mind working on, things that they did years ago. But we're very proud of it. So anytime a veteran comes in here, we give them our respect, and especially the seniors.
And you honor them.
We honor them.
This, right.
We honor them. So this will be up
fabulous.
until the end of time.
That's great.
Until the end of time.
Wonderful.
So we're really happy.
That's-
Let's go
that's
meet some of
important.
the staff. Very
Okay,
important.
Great, very important. Good. Oh, and this is a movie room too, right? They
Well,
have
this
movies
is our conference room.
Oh,
We
okay.
just got through with movies.
Right. Okay.
We're a very small senior center, very, very small as compared to all the city senior centers. So we have to compact a lot of stuff into
Right.
a small place. We get 250 people a day coming through the center. That's how many thousands a year.
Right.
And with that, we have to, we're like this, and it takes a whole crew to be able to transition a room, in 5 minutes into something else. So this is our
Right.
conference room, movie room, lecture room, whatever it needs to be is what we change it into.
Great.
So it's huge. So we just got through with the movie.
Right. I know.
Yeah. And this morning was balance and mobility classes.
That's
We have-
important.
We have a lot of classes. The seniors here, the balance, it's so important. Number one thing on their mind is falling. So we
Right.
do everything we can to keep them upright.
Right.
And so it's really, really important.
Yeah, that's great. Okay.
Let's
you
go
have so
to-
many resources.
We
and
have
things
a
here.
ton of resources. This is Mary Miranda. Mary.
Good. Hi, Mary.
This is Cynthia.
How are
And
you?
she's
Nice to
coming
meet you.
I was telling her
Thank you.
about, the staff and everything that we do. Mary, we all wear tons of hats here, but Mary is our nuclear person. She helps maintain the C1 program, which is our congregate program. That's the program that when the seniors come here and have lunch, and she makes sure that they're here, they're safe. If they don't show up, she gives them a call. There's a lot of behind the scenes that we have to do. We
Right.
get a little bit of funding from the government, trickle down to the state, trickle down to us. We are a nonprofit organization. We are run by Age Well Senior Services, a nonprofit organization. With that, the bad thing about that is we're a nonprofit. We are not run by the city. Cities, all the city centers, Laguna Niguel, Irvine, others in Mission Viejo, they're run by cities and their community centers, and they get money from the cities.
Right.
We're a nonprofit. So our funding has to come from donations and writing grants. And so Mary's, with the lunch program, we ask for a $4.50 donation, and whatever somebody can pay is what it is. So
Right.
our big thing is to feed the seniors of this community.
Right. Well, I know how important it is because I brought my parents here, and remember it's a dietitian, right, that balances the meals.
Nutrition is a dietitian,
Right.
absolutely. And at lunchtime, we serve a really balanced, nice lunch.
Right.
And entertainment at lunch sometimes,
Right,
but the
remember
most
that.
important part is get out of the house, come have a meal and socialize.
Right.
If you sit down with somebody at a table, ask Mary, they're going to talk to you whether you like it or not.
Right.
So if you want peace and quiet, this is not the place to go.
Right. And you do follow up then. So if someone doesn't show up, then you'll call them or find out where they are.
I find out what's going on. Sometimes they
Great.
have family members coming in
Right.
to visit. Other times they just want to stay home to do whatever they need to take care of. But they like to come here because they bond with friends. And what we suggest, if you don't click with that table, move on to another table because you'll click with somebody.
Right.
There's always somebody that you find something in common with.
Right. So it's wonderful. Then it's
Yeah.
just kind of like a family. Then you can come
Right.
here
This is
and
a
see the
family.
same
That's
people.
It's a family.
That's how we
Right.
present it.
Right.
It says yesterday was our Easter luncheon
Oh,
and
nice.
a Passover luncheon on Tuesday. So holidays are huge here. Holidays are
Right.
real big. Holidays are huge
So
here. at the
everybody
Senior
has
Center.
somewhere to go to
They
get
have
a good
somewhere to go.
meal,
Absolutely.
to have fun, maybe see a show, see friends,
Absolutely.
make friends,
Absolutely.
and then not be alone in the community.
Right.
Get
Right.
out of the house.
Right.
Get out of the house and
Yeah.
come here and we'll put you to work.
And if I'm correct, if I remember, you could sign up and take a meal home as well, so you'd have your dinner too.
Right.
You
Right.
just can't cook or, don't have that capability of doing that.
Exactly.
Okay,
And speaking
great.
of other kind of meals, thank you,
Sure,
Mary.
thank you
Nice
very much.
meeting
Nice
you.
meeting you too.
We are the largest home delivered meals program in South Orange County.
Really?
So we serve about 180 homebound seniors every day,
Right.
7 days a week, Monday through Friday. We deliver to the seniors of this community. So these are busy
So
ladies.
it's a way you can check in on people too, and you're here Monday through Friday.
Right.
And then you're closed Saturday and Sundays.
Correct,
Okay,
correct.
right. And you were telling a story too that sometimes you go on a Monday, or one of the volunteers will go on a Monday, and they'll find that someone possibly had fallen or had a problem, and they've saved lives.
You know what? We're the eyes and the ears of this community. It's so important. Our Meals on Wheels program has saved many lives, and the senior center has saved many lives. Our volunteers are angels. They are sent from heaven because they're the ones that are going into the homes. They're the ones that see the people. They walk in on a Monday morning. Several times we have found our seniors on the floor. No one has talked to them or called or
Right.
anything. Nobody would know they were there except for our volunteers that walk in with those meals. So we make a big difference in this community.
Right,
A
that's
huge
huge.
difference.
Yeah.
It's huge difference.
I remember the doctor telling my father one time too, it's really not the fall that will kill someone, it's
was
just
not.
not being tended to and lying there. He
It's the
said-
repercussions afterwards.
Right,
It's the
exactly.
repercussions
So-
afterwards. So
Oh,
it's
boy.
important. It's important to have somebody check on you.
That's
what
right.
we do.
That's right.
And we feed them. We feed them. Let's go see the girls
Great.
who do all the hard work.
Yeah.
This is Chris.
Oh, great.
And this is Sydney.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
These two are the
Hi, how are
angels
you?
of the community. They run this big Meals on Wheels program. They have over 125 volunteers that they have to tend to. If it wasn't for our volunteers, we wouldn't be able to run this program. There is no way in God's green earth we can do this program without our volunteers. You know, they're all from heaven.
Yeah.
One of the volunteers came back today and reported that this gentleman was very unsteady on his feet. And see, he's not on today. So before we leave today, we will follow up with him or his emergency contact and make sure that he's
Great.
okay.
That is fantastic.
So it's a little bit more than feeding.
Right, right. That is wonderful.
We
It
want to
really
make sure
is.
they're
Yeah.
fed, but you know, we take other steps too in case there's other needs that they need. So
Right.
it's very, very important.
Yes,
So
it is.
These guys do a wonderful
Gosh.
job. Could not
Right.
do it without them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
You can have the rest of the day off.
Yeah, right. Good job.
After you make that phone call.
Right.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Thank you so much. It's great.
Let's take a quick
Okay.
little tour of the
Good.
center, Cynthia. See,
Well, this is really in depth. I didn't realize how much
don't
more
re-
that you do here.
there's so much more.
Right.
We're just this little thing in the community,
Right.
and we're popping at the seams.
Right.
We're popping at the seams. But you know, our goal here is to serve the needs of the seniors, irregardless of their ability to pay or anything.
Right.
All these services are free. All these services are free.
Right.
And so it's our mission to make sure whatever the seniors need, we're going to take care of it.
It's like a lifeline.
It's a
I mean,
lifeline,
It really is.
but
right.
it's also fun. We
Right.
have educational classes, we have
Yeah.
exercise classes, we have fun classes. So it's a little bit of it's for everybody. It's for
Right.
everybody.
That's
And
great.
this is our little tiny library.
Oh, I love this. This is
It's
so
a cute
pretty.
little library.
Oh, look at this.
It's very
Oh.
intimate. It's not a
I
big,
like
huge
it.
library,
Right.
but You can check out a book, and how we
That's
check out a
nice.
book is you take it and you bring it back.
Right.
That's our big checkout
Yeah,
system.
it's
And so
wonderful.
it's nice. And a lot of people come in here and they sit and they read.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, one of the reasons is they come here and they read their book, but yet there's noise and there's activity
Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm.
going on. So they're alone reading their book, but yet they're not alone.
Mhm.
So it makes a big
Right.
difference. This is our pride and joy right here. This is our
Okay.
driver's resource room.
Oh, okay.
And we don't have anybody here right now.
Mhm.
But what happens, we were the very first senior center in California to designate a room just for seniors and driving. Why did we do this? Because my philosophy is, I don't like anybody coming to my office or to the staff's office and say, I have a problem or I have a need and we can't help them. One day, about 8 years ago, one of our top volunteers came into my office, tears streaming down her face, and said, I just went to the DMV, I lost my driver's license. I can't drive anymore. I don't
Loss
know
of
what,
freedom.
I don't know what to do. The loss of freedom
Right.
is huge. And and she goes, what can I do? How do I study for a test? How do I do? And my hands were tied, and I said to myself when I went home, I can't believe I didn't help her. I can't believe I didn't have a
Some kind of solution. Right.
for her problem.
Right.
So we teamed up with UCI Trauma Center,
Ah.
and they bought us all our equipment and things like that.
Oh,
We
wonderful.
got a lot of programs, and what it is we have phenomenal patient volunteers that will sit there, make an appointment, you sit there with a volunteer, they will go through the whole program and help you study for
Great.
the written test. You know, we're all afraid to go to the DMV.
Right.
You know, I'm scared to go to the DMV and take a test. I
Right.
don't like taking tests.
Right. Me neither.
Especially as we get older. So we sit with the volunteer, they help them study for the test. We have a 90% pass rate if you go through our program.
That's fantastic.
And you can come here as many times as you want. And
That's great.
we have a book here that people sign all the time, and it says, you know, thank you. I passed my written test.
Oh, that's
Thank you very
wonderful.
much for being so helpful.
Oh,
Little things like
right.
that. It's important to them.
How long have you been here, too?
I have been here 16 years.
Okay.
The center opened up in January of 1999.
Oh,
And the reason it is called the Florence Sylvester Senior Center is Ross Cortese, of
Oh,
course,
okay.
who
Founded
opened up
Leisure World.
World at the time.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
He had this little parcel of land.
Ah, okay.
And he said to our CEO of Age World, Dr. Marilyn Diddy, you can have that little tiny parcel of land, but you have 1 year to build on it. If not, it's going to be a medical center. And she said, thank you. We've always wanted a senior center in this area.
Nice.
So time's going by. We're a small nonprofit organization.
Right.
Time's going by. We were getting down to the last 24th hour, and we didn't have the money to start this program. We put a little thing in the Globe, giving our plight. Jack Sylvester called us up and said, here's the deal. I'll give you your first $350,000 to start that center
Whoa.
if you name the center after my wife, Florence. Then, of course, we had to raise money and get
Right.
it going. But you'd be standing in a medical center right now if it
Right.
wasn't for Jack Sylvester.
Oh, my
So,
gosh, it's a great
interesting.
story.
Another one of our phenomenal angels that work here is Cheryl Whelan. She's our case manager. Let's go talk to her.
Great. Okay.
And talk about somebody who saves lives.
Okay.
Cheryl.
Oh, hi.
This is Cheryl. She's our case
Nice to
manager.
meet you.
Hi,
How are you?
Cheryl.
Great.
This is Cynthia.
Nice to meet you.
Cheryl, tell them what you do. Cheryl's the person where we send all the hard cases to. I've talked to Cheryl before. I said, Cheryl, I don't know how you go home and sleep at night because some of the cases that you take care of, it's very hard. But
Right.
she's changed lives in the community, and we're very, very, very grateful for her. So
Gosh.
You put me on a pedestal. I don't know how to
I
respond
know
to
you're
that.
on a pedestal.
All right. Well, thank you. Yeah. Well, one of the big programs that we're doing right now is getting life alerts for seniors.
Oh.
We got a grant through the Scan Foundation, and we've been allowing people to come in here and request life alerts because that saves lives. You know, people fall on the floor, and you know, the phone's over there,
Right.
or they're in the bathroom, and the phone's over there. So, you know, this is helping a lot of seniors. So we get these grants that come in, and then we're able to use these things for our seniors in the community. So it's been really great.
That is.
You know, I get a lot of walk-in people
Laguna Woods is just right across the street from us, so they see us as a beacon and they come in.
We're
and
clubhouse number 8, Cheryl.
Ah.
There used to be 7 clubhouses, now we're clubhouse
Oh,
number
that's
8.
great.
Yeah. I designated us clubhouse
okay,
number 8.
now we know. That's
Yeah,
good.
well, there you go.
But you know that they're looking for resources, and you know, I was mentioning to Shirley before. I've told people come in and see the senior center. Say, oh no, I'm not old. I don't want to come in here, or you know, that's for poor people. Well, it's not. And these baby boomers that are moving into Laguna Woods Village and other communities, they're working. Come towards 64, 65, now they're seeing the benefits of senior programs. Medicare, you almost have to go to classes
And you
to
do have
understand.
classes too, right?
We do have
Right.
classes.
That's great.
To understand about Medicare. So Medicare, especially in open enrollment time in the fall, we get specialists that come in, that's all they deal with. You know, Medicare, signing people up, making sure they're in the right health insurance program.
Right.
You
Trying
know,
to
I just-
navigate that because it is difficult.
I just had a lady who's 74 and she's on Medicare A and B, but she forgot to get Medicare D for drugs. And now she's in a
right.
pickle.
Oh, very
Because now
expensive.
she has to get high-end, high-costly medications, and now what's she going to do?
Right.
So, you know, we have resources that come to our senior center that help us. So it takes a village to make this center run. And we have some great resources in community that help the seniors stay on track. So, you know, they get on Medicare when they turn 65. Hooray, hooray. And then 66 comes along, and now Social Security.
Right.
Well, here's more classes that you have to take because it gets, I don't know why they make things so complicated for everybody.
Right. But
It took me absolutely years to understand the health insurance programs, and there's so many different type of programs. Under what program do you fall into?
And then they're changing too. So
It's
sometimes
changing.
like quicksand, and it's changing, and so you really need a professional to really know what's
Right.
going on this year.
Right.
Right.
Right, it changes
Right.
every year.
Right.
So open enrollment starts in October, and you know, we try and get as many people in as possible.
Yeah.
So, you know, we have seniors coming in, as I say, they're new to the community, because apparently, you know, it's always a coming and going in Laguna Woods. New people are moving in from LA, out of state.
Right.
A lot of from Arizona are coming in, New York.
I have some
And-
friends just moved from Spokane, Washington.
Yeah.
Right. This is a jewel right here. It's
Oh,
a great
absolutely.
community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a
Yes.
great community.
And,
Nice, safe community.
Right.
But you know what happens? Oh, and now I need a new provider.
Right.
Who's going to take my health insurance? So, you know, we're lucky that we have our resource walls in the hallway.
Oh yeah, I noticed
That you know, I see people, they're staring at the wall. There's too many choices to make.
Right.
So, you know, if I come and say, you know, can I help you, then the whole story starts. Oh, I just moved from New York and I need a new primary, but I just want, you know, a specific one. I want a woman. I want one in, you know, Laguna Woods, et cetera, et cetera. So you kind of narrow it down for them and give them little choices,
Right.
because sometimes it's just too overwhelming, you know.
Yeah,
So,
it is.
and then hospitals, you know. So,
Right.
and my health insurance. So it's complicated,
Mm-hmm.
and it can get overwhelming for people.
Right.
But you know, we try and keep them educated. We've got some great programs here. I try and set up, I do the health and wellness here. I try and set up screenings and pertinent presentations. Next week we're doing one with a geriatric pharmacist. He's coming in and speaking on vitamins, minerals, and supplements. Are we overdoing it? Well, you know what happens. As you get older, you're thinking, oh, I need a little bit of pep.
More
Right.
is more is more is better.
More
Right.
is better.
better.
You know,
Yes.
it's like when you take one, oh, two is better.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
sometimes that doesn't work out, especially if you're taking some prescription medications. So, you know, these type of lectures, it's valuable to them. I mean, they get a lot out of it. I just had someone speak on Tuesday about how to afford caregiving which is a
Right.
huge issue.
Right.
It's so expensive, but planning ahead makes a big difference. So we're trying to keep them abreast of certain things so that when they need help, they know where to go.
And also, you play a big role in helping people thrive in this community, not just
absolutely.
shrivel up and
Right.
stay
No,
home.
no,
and,
they're thriving.
And right, so there are all kinds of resources where people can come to classes every day. They
Right.
can see movies. They have like balance too, like
Yeah.
We have-
programs,
and we
so
have
they
a-
don't fall.
We have
and-
adult education classes, like
Right.
right now there's a Western civilization class going on.
Right.
We have political science, we have current events,
Mm-hmm.
we have beading. We
Yoga,
have
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi, just a whole
didn't know
array,
that.
a whole array of things, educational classes
Mhm.
to keep you stimulated. So
great.
it's
We did a pilot project last year on brain exercise classes.
Ah, okay.
The research they did was from UCI Medical Center with the Alzheimer's Association, and they found, they do these ones you can do on the computer, luminosity, and to keep your mind intact. But they're finding out that seniors, baby boomers, and just the older crowd, they still like to do the hands-on, the writing on the paper, and it's like us.
Right.
Do you want to read your news on your Kindle, or do you
Right.
want to actually hold the newspaper?
Right.
Shirley likes reading.
A
holding
book
the
or a
newspaper.
Kindle?
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm a paper holder.
Right.
I'm a paper
Me
holder.
too.
But we did a pilot project here on brain exercise classes, and it was so well received. We did it again, and then we had to put in 2 classes because it started to be well known in the community. So now we have an ongoing class. We have a licensed clinical social worker. She does the class, and it's been one of our surprises at the senior center that people really flock to this.
I think it's the biggest fear, is Alzheimer's, losing your mind, losing the capability of managing your finances, your home.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's terrifying.
It's
it really
like losing
is.
your driver's license.
Right.
Your independence is
Right.
gone, and then where are you, and who am I?
Right.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And I think I mentioned before, 10 years ago, people used to be afraid of the big C, cancer. Now they're afraid of the big A, because when your mind goes,
Right.
then you panic.
Right.
And keeping classes and attending classes like the brain exercise classes, just going to current events and being around people, socializing, that has a huge impact on keeping our brains healthy.
Right.
So we want to, what is it we're trying to keep at bay? The wolf.
Right.
Yeah.
The wolf is at our doorstep. We're
Right.
just trying to.
I wanted to ask you about women too, that you've specifically probably noticed how women are thriving too, and do you find there are more women to men in the community, or is it pretty equal, or what have you noticed
I
about,
have
especially
to
the
say,
women?
women flock to the senior center.
Okay.
Women tend to congregate with other women, and they socialize more. At the end of the month, we're doing one on Social Security, what every woman should know.
Right. Okay.
So this is targeting baby boomers and the younger, older crowd. We're not seniors, we're older adults.
Right.
That's right.
But I think of the women too that are widowed, sometimes, and then the man probably took care of everything in the household,
Absolutely.
and they could be lost. And so this is a resource then for
Yes.
women where they just are at a loss of what to do. They
Absolutely.
could come here and get some help.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, we're
Right.
here to help or assist
Right.
in any way that we can. And it's important,
Yeah.
just like Cheryl said, the socialization.
Right.
Get out of the house, meet people,
Right.
and it'll come natural. This is a very ma and pa senior center. Once you become part of the senior center, it's
of our
it's
family.
family.
Right.
It's
and
family.
really network too, I
It
would
network,
imagine.
and we
Right.
take care of each other here. We take
So
care of
we
each other.
get we do back and forth with Laguna Woods Social Services. They call us, we call them. We have concern about some Meals on Wheels client, and we'll just call Betty or one of the social workers, and they're on it. They're on the case.
Great.
And then it's back and forth.
Right.
There's presentations that they know of at this senior center, then they call us. So we're really thrilled that you know, we can work so well together, and we've been doing it for a number of years. So you know, social services in Laguna Woods is a blessing.
Right, right. And this is, again, I just think, a hidden gem in our
Yes.
community. I mean,
We're
it
a
really
hidden-
is.
We're a hidden
You
secret
are.
in this
Hopefully not for
community.
long.
Hopefully not for long.
I know it.
Spread the
It's great.
word.
That's right.
Yeah.
I know it.
It's like the gospel. Spread the word.
Right.
Spread the word.
Yeah, well, thank you so much.
Oh,
It was
you're
great
sure
meeting you,
welcome.
and thank you for sharing your time and your expertise in aging well. That's what we all want to do.
We're all-
We want
we're all-
to age well.
We do.
We're all aging
Right.
well.
Right.
This is our wall of honor, and these are the people who have given to us in the past years. Being a nonprofit organization, as you know, we depend on donors to
Right.
help keep our doors open. So these are some of our major donors that have contributed in the last years. We have a beautiful tree of life over there, and what people do is you honor somebody on the tree of life. For a $100 donation, a birthday, a cat's birthday, a death of someone in the family, anything you want, it's our tree of life where it keeps on blooming.
How nice. I don't think I've really taken a good
Yeah.
look at that
Yeah,
before.
it's beautiful.
Okay,
And it's-
well, maybe you go over and take a good, because I haven't
take a
really
look
seen
at it.
that.
Absolutely. It's in honor of someone, or someone's birthday, or an anniversary.
Keep adding to it.
You keep adding to it, yes, absolutely. We just added the top leaf just recently, so it's important for, you know, we've had some people that, one lady came in here actually about a week ago, and her son had died. He was like maybe 30, 35 years old, a sudden death. But he was cremated. They don't have a family plot or anything.
Oh,
So
right.
she put a leaf up on here. She comes here once a week and sits here.
That's
And
great.
sits next to her and just looks at his leaf. So this is just, you know, we try to make this center very personal for everybody. It's just, I tell the staff, this isn't our center. We're just here to
For the community.
for the community.
Yeah,
This
right.
is the community's center.
Right.
These are the senior centers. So this is whatever their needs are, we're going to accommodate.
And whatever comes up, you'll find it.
We'll find
Right,
it.
so-
I don't care what it is.
Right.
I don't care what. Like
You'll make it happen.
like the driver's resource room. Somehow, some way, I
Right.
will make it happen.
That's
so
great.
that's my goal in life, is to one day find a great donor who will one day go up. We'd love to put a second
Oh, right.
story,
Oh,
because
okay.
I have so many more things I want to do, so many
Right.
things I want to accomplish.
And it's fairly small,
It-
but you
we're
have a
very-
lot packed in here.
We're a lot packed in here, but we're
Right.
very small, but
Right.
I need more room. I need more room because the more room I have, the more people I can serve and
Right,
more
room to
programs I
grow.
can put in, and room to grow. We need,
Right.
you know, a lot of seniors are coming up in the next
That's
several
right.
years, and
Right,
and we
I
need to
know
be
it.
prepared, and I need to be prepared. So that's my goal. That's
Right.
my goal for the future. So
Yeah, excellent
see if
goal.
I can put a second story on here somehow.
I love that. That's
Good.
great.
That's
I
good.
know it. Good.
And we'll even name it after you.
Oh.
Whomever, we'll name it after you. You'll have a second story named after you.
You're the
so
director.
That's
I know.
right.
I know it.
Exactly.
You've done a great job here, though. You
Thank
really have.
you.
It's
Here's
wonderful.
one more room. One
Okay.
more room to show you.
Great.
This is our big room where we do a little bit of everything. Right now they're playing mahjong. Playing mahjong, and they're playing cards. What we do in this room, this is where we have our lunch program in this big area. We have a wall that goes across, and in the mornings we have classes on this side, exercise classes, balance classes, whatever. And on that side is where we stage our Meals on Wheels.
Right.
So within 15 minutes, we will pack up over 600 meals
That's
for the home
amazing.
bouncings. It's phenomenal to watch. You really need to come and watch that someday. It's phenomenal to watch. The volunteers come in, they take the bags, they're out the door within 15, 20 minutes. And we do that 5 days a week. 5 days a week. Lunchtime, the wall's open. We serve the seniors here for lunchtime. Right after lunch, the wall comes back, and we have classes on both sides. So it's bam, bam, bam here at the
Why,
senior center.
that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
That really is
Yeah,
very
we
impressive.
fill a lot in here. We fit a lot in, and you know, we're here for everybody. We're
Now,
here
if
for
they
everybody.
want to come for lunch, then what is the protocol? 'Cause I know you have a schedule out here. Then
Yeah,
they
we
can
have a
choose the
newsletter,
days and
they
meals.
can. We have a schedule and a newsletter.
Okay.
We would like them to call in a couple days advance,
Right.
or fill out a little form, just so we
Okay.
kind of know. We don't cook the meals here.
Right.
We get them from a caterer in Laguna Beach, so
Okay.
we have to order a couple days in advance. So we kind of let them let us know
Right.
who's coming and who's not, so I can kind of judge, how many meals I have to order. But just come, or if you don't, we always have extra. We always have extra. So this lunch is so important. We have had 5 marriages here. Five couples have met here and gotten married. One of the couples were in their 90s.
How exciting.
And they got married here at the senior center. So, yeah.
Speaking of marriage too, you have birthdays. Do you have a birthday celebration?
We have birthday the last Tuesday of the month.
Right.
If it's your birthday that month, if it's your birthday in April, come the last Tuesday of the month and we celebrate your birthday. Nobody goes unnoticed.
Right.
Nobody goes
Great.
unnoticed.
And you have the shows in here too.
At
along with the
lunchtime, we
lunch
have a
and-
lot of
I've seen
entertainment
hula
that comes in.
and
Oh yeah,
all
you
kinds
name
of
it.
things.
Absolutely.
I know, it's been
you never
great.
know what's going to show
That's
up.
right.
Yeah.
And the holiday meals too. So every holiday there's something going on that says
we have
the
great
theme
holiday
of the
meals.
holidays.
You never ever have to be alone at the
Right.
holiday at the senior center. We just
Right.
had our Easter dinner, as I mentioned, our Passover, and so Thanksgivings are big, Christmas is big, New Year's.
Right.
We're big on holidays, so we really celebrate here at the senior center. So we're family. What do you
Right.
do when you're family? You celebrate the holidays.
Right. And what time do they need to be here? To show up for
11:30.
lunches in 11:30. Okay.
It's 11:30 to 12:30.
Okay.
And then that wall goes up, and we got to
Right.
put classes in. So
Right. That's great.
it's a you know what? It's a wonderful. I never realized my career was going to go this way. I was in retail for years and years and years. My father always told me, do something you love. Of course, you don't listen to your father. It's only your father. He doesn't know anything. So my second career, I went back to school. Always loved seniors. Went back to school, studied gerontology, and here I am 16 years later to the best job I've ever had in my life.
Well, you make this center happen. I mean, you
you.
really do. I see you milling around all the time.
Thank you.
You're never just in the office. I always see you out, with the people and helping, and you're very hands-on.
I'm very hands-on.
Right.
That's me. I have to make sure everybody's taken care
Right.
of and everything is going well. I'm it's just my life. I just feel very blessed that I have this job.
Well, we're blessed to have you here and to
Thank
have
you.
the center here, and I really hope everybody comes down. I mean, it's right here. It's off of Santa Maria and Moulton. You can't miss it. And just come on down and take a look around, pick up some flyers for some of the classes, and take advantage of what we have here. It's open to the public. So come on down.
Can't get any better than that.
That's right.
And
Thank you so
Cynthia.
much, Shirley. I really appreciate it,
And I
too.
hope
Thank you.
Thank you for being an advocate for us,
Oh,
because that's what we
absolutely.
need out in the community.
Well, it was very helpful for my
Advocate.
parents too. It was a place to go get their meals and just a good resource center for anything, absolutely everything.
That's good.
It was very helpful.
Good.
Very
Well, we're
helpful.
blessed. We're
Yes,
blessed. So
we are
thank
too.
you.
Thank
Appreciate
you. We are here at Meals on Wheels, and we really wanted to go behind the scenes and show you what goes on with this tremendous organization. And I want to introduce you to Cherie, who has been with this organization, and she heads up how in the world they put all this together. And she's going to tell us again the details of how Meals on Wheels functions.
So right now we're receiving the food from the catering company. Langley's Foods delivers all of our meals, and we got all the packing getting ready, and it's going. The food's getting pulled out now. You'll see all the volunteers go ahead and strategically pack all these meals to make sure all the bags are packed correctly so that we can all get them out to the seniors as fast as we can.
And how many clients do you serve, and about how many bags are going to go out today?
About 20 routes are going to go out today, and we're serving about 180 clients today. Each client receives 3 meals. They receive a hot lunch, a cold or a frozen dinner, and the following morning's breakfast. Our clients have an option. They can have 5 days a week. That's the majority. They can have back to 3 days a week if it's too much food, or if there's a special need, we can accommodate 7 days a week.
What's the kind of the demographic as far as age, or what are your clientele like when you go out there? Do they need to talk sometimes, or do you have time to spend maybe with them?
Absolutely. Part of the program is not only nutrition,
Right.
it's socialization as well. And some of our clients, we're the only people that they see every day. So we like to get out there, offer a smile, no matter what's going on in your personal life. As long as you can offer a smile, I think that's really positive.
wonderful. And how is all of this then organized? Is it by color, coded, or how do you
Yes,
separate it?
it's kind of complicated, but once you get to know the program, it's actually it works really well. It's very smooth. So on each bag, there's a number of meals that need to go in each bag, and it goes. The first table are all the breakfasts. The second table is all the dinner, and then the hot bags over here are the hot lunches that go out. So on each bag there is a piece of tape, and it has the number on it. So each person can, as you can see right now, there's a lot going on, but you can pull the meals. Everybody packs them. When they're done packing, you put the strap over. That lets everybody, the managers and everybody know that that bag is packed. So we try to do it as fast as we can.
Right.
We only have 2 hours to deliver all of these meals.
Okay.
We need to stay on track, get this food packed, and get it out as fast as we can.
Do you have enough volunteers? Like, how many volunteers do you have? And then
Oh,
also,
wow.
do you need volunteers?
We're always looking for volunteers. Volunteers are the heart of our organization. We couldn't run without the volunteers.
We're here with Herb Garber, and he is a volunteer for Meals on Wheels. I wanted to tell you a little bit about kind of the backside of what goes on here. How long have you volunteered?
I've been volunteering now almost 20 years.
A long time.
Chris and I almost started at the same time.
Really?
Yeah.
Gosh, and how many clients do you see? And
Today I'm doing 11 deliveries.
nice.
Some days 10. At one time I was doing this 3 times a week. I'm doing it now about once a week. But when you reach 90, it's time to slow down a little.
Good for you. And then you take your own car and you go out and you're just
Right.
doing that from your heart then, just to help these
Absolutely,
people. and-
absolutely.
Great.
I enjoy doing it. I enjoy talking to the people when I deliver it to them. And we have good conversations. And they're dying for conversation. A lot of the people, they're invalids, they can't get out.
Right.
So it's a pleasure for me to do it. And I enjoy it.
What have you seen over the last 20 years? Any changes that you've noticed in the community or with this organization?
The organization of Meals on Wheels is great. It's run perfect. I hope the government doesn't try to defund it, which would be a terrible, terrible error. I see that sometimes, some years there's a little less amount of people taking it. Other years there's more people taking it and need it. Just a great program. It really is a super program.
Right.
For people in need that really can't get out or can't cook for themselves. It's something that everybody should do.
How rewarding is that for you, too? That must be personally very rewarding to be able
It
to
is
connect
very
with people
rewarding.
and help.
It is. Oh, absolutely.
Right.
And I've done hospice care, volunteered here, and I've worked with stroke victims. And I find it volunteering is very rewarding. And believe me, I don't do it for the money.
Right.
And I really enjoy it. I enjoy coming down and doing it. Camaraderie, being with people. It's nice. It's great.
Okay, what's happening now, Cherie?
So right now, all of our volunteer drivers are here, and they've got their cars ready to go, parked in the reserved parking, and they're waiting for the bags to come out, the packed bags to come out, and then we're going to line them up on these tables by color, and then we're going to grab them, and we're going to get them into their cars and get them out here as fast as we can.
This is Catherine Freshley, you probably know, and we're here just to find out how do you volunteer and why do you volunteer, and how long have you been doing this?
Well, I've been doing this for, I think about at least 4 or 5 years. And it's something as for an easy way for me to give back to the community. And since I'm still able to walk and drive,
Right.
and I find it because I'm on boards, it's helpful for me to see our residents in place, and gives me a little bit of perspective of what our residents are going through. And if and particularly if there's a situation like I had one individual who's fairly new to the community, didn't know anything about the bus service. So the following week, then I brought her information on the bus service and how to contact it. And each week I follow up with her. Have you called to make arrangements? Because she's very isolated. I mean, it's what happens oftentimes in our community, where children bring in their parents. and her children live in San Clemente, and moved her in here because it's convenient for them.
Right.
And she can live independently, but she lived in Burbank for so many years, and it's a big adjustment when you're, you know, in your 80s or 90s and you get relocated.
Right.
And so it's something that gives me a feel, and I encourage her to get out because there's so many things for her to do.
What have you learned from the community and from some of the people that you've met?
Well, I find most of our people are very enthusiastic, have enjoyed life, and enjoy living here.
Right.
And that's the rewarding part of doing this. And it gives you a perspective of what am I going to face going forward too.
Right.
So that's the worst part of it.
True.
Particularly for some of the people, see. You know.
And also then you touched upon how if someone moves here or their children bring them here and then they really don't know anyone and it's not familiar to them, is it easy for them then to be connected or with your help to help them navigate in a new environment?
Well, that's one of the challenges, and that's
Right.
and I'm sure social services can do more in helping in that regard. All we can do is flag when there's possibly an issue,
Right.
or help if they're willing. I mean, I can't take her out and do it, and it really comes down to the individual. And that's why oftentimes I said when I did docent tours, because I used to do docent tours many years ago, that oftentimes explained if people moved here when they're younger so they have a chance to adapt, so that they become part of the community, and as they get older, aging in place is easier. You know, because everybody's encouraged to age in place, and one of the hardest things I think for seniors is when all of a sudden, for whatever reason, you know, they've lost a partner or something like this, and then end up moving into a whole new location. They don't have any friends around, and depending upon an individual's personality, that can either be easy or hard.
It could be disorienting.
It's
Right.
very disorienting
Right.
to people. Yeah.
You know, it's interesting, it's called Age Well.
Right.
I think it's very appropriate, isn't it?
It is. You know, it is appropriate.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, I mean, I moved here when I was 55.
I did too.
I've been here 23 years. So, you know, so it's, and I love it here, but I knew that, you know, since I'm single, that it's important for me to get myself positioned so then I don't have to depend upon anybody else until I've really, and I hope I don't ever get to that state.
I feel the same way because of the infrastructure here. It's just very well supported
That's
at
right.
every level as you age, and there's every opportunity to have access to be able to get out and to do things at any age,
Right.
which is helpful because not every community has that.
No, and I agree. And I
Right.
think that's the benefit of really Laguna Woods Village. And, you know, it's amazing to me, though, the number of people, even in Orange County, have absolutely no knowledge of what we
Yes.
are.
Yes,
I mean, you can go across the street to Lake Forest and they don't even know.
yes.
and it's that simple. And this morning I was at a South Orange County Economic Council meeting and talking with a realtor who lives down in Mission Viejo, and she's had a few clients up here, and just began to explain to her a lot of the different issues that we have when people are buying in here, and really understanding the different ownership bases and things like this.
So it's a thriving community, and it's helped you thrive here as well.
Oh,
And feel
absolutely.
very comfortable then to really be here the rest of your life and find that this is the perfect community.
Absolutely. There's so many activities to do. And when I came here, one of the reasons I came, because I was a golfer, you know, and I was, and so I don't play golf quite as much anymore. But I understand the game, and I still run golf tournaments. So.
Fun.
And
Won't
that's
keep
fun.
you any longer.
Okay,
too,
well,
but
thank you.
so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Really appreciate it.
Okay, well,
have
thank
a wonderful
you.
day and
thank you.
enjoy all your clients.
Well, I will.
I'm really looking forward to seeing you.
I have 9 or 10 stops. So.
Fantastic.
Okay.
We're looking forward to seeing you.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
thank you
Okay,
very
bye-bye.
much. I want to introduce you to Barbara and Mark, and they've been volunteering with the Meals on Wheels program. Just want to ask a couple questions, and you could tell us how in the world did you start volunteering together? This is wonderful.
Well, we're both retired. We
Okay.
decided we'd like to give a little back to the community. We've been very fortunate ourselves, and so this is a way to do that.
Great. How long have you been volunteering?
Year and a half.
Oh, okay. How rewarding is that? for you?
Very.
We really enjoy it. We look forward to Fridays, and it's something we do together, which is good for us too.
And how did you get started as a volunteer here? What did you do? And who did you contact?
Well, my
or-
parents used to volunteer here.
Oh, they did?
And they both passed away, and so we thought of it as a way to volunteer.
Right. Oh.
And my dad, who lived here at one time, had Meals on Wheels for a while after some surgery, so we knew it was valuable for
Right.
people, whether they've had surgery or it's a temporary thing, or if they need it all the time. And the food was good. He liked it.
That's great. That's
So-
great.
It's fun.
How about the people that you meet too?
Yeah,
You know,
very-
you've met probably a lot of the community, then people in the community.
Several people that have been in, receiving the Meals on Wheels for some time now on our route, and we enjoy talking with them and seeing them. I think they look forward to seeing us.
Get to know these people pretty well then over time, and maybe about their families, or they probably look forward to seeing
Dogs
you
or
each
cats.
week. And
Yeah.
right. That's great. So, what would you recommend to others who might want to volunteer, or even as a couple? I think that's fantastic. You're
Come down
doing
and
this
talk
together.
with the staff, see the operation. It's a
Yeah.
well-honed operation.
Right.
Very
Okay.
well done.
Okay. And I see that you got your trunk ready to go, your car's
yeah.
ready to go,
We're
and you're going
ready
to
to
pack
go.
everything up,
Set
and
to go.
then you're on your way. So, how long does your route take, approximately?
An hour, hour and a half.
Okay. Right.
Not long at all.
Right. So it's a wonderful Friday morning to serve the
It is.
community then and do something for your fellow
Yeah, I think so.
people. That's wonderful.
Yeah, we've really enjoyed it.
That's
It's
great.
fun.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being of service to this community and helping others.
Well, nice talking with
You
you.
too. Great. Nice to meet you both.
All right, thank you.
So what did you think of that?
I think it's wonderful. It's fantastic. You know, I mean, what a great community that we have here. And my understanding is that this is one of the biggest operations, I believe, for the Meals on Wheels. And it's a well-oiled machine. I mean, they do a great job of getting all these meals out. And it's not only to Laguna Woods, it's to other communities around us as well. So it's a big operation. And the way they have it organized is just, you know, superior to what I've ever seen. It's fantastic. So anyway, for any of you who'd like to come down, possibly volunteer, see if you can be of help in this particular center, which does so much for our community. It is a resource and they serve the community in many different ways, but this major operation, we wanted to take you behind the scenes and show you the Meals on Wheels in particular, because it's very important to people who are in need of food and also really in need of meeting people and talking with people and maybe seeing someone during the week when they maybe have no one to talk to. So come on down to the Sylvester Center.
You said you were 90?
90.
How's this keeping you young?
How's it keeping? But as I was just saying, meeting good people like this, really and truly.
You don't feel 90, do you?
No, no, not yet. I played poker last night. The boys took me, but I played.
You'll get him next time.
I play golf once a week. Not as good as I used to, but I still play, and I love it.
Do you see yourself as an inspiration?
No,
Just
No.
a regular guy?
just a regular guy, just doing what I like to do.
Is he an inspiration?
I think he is.
What do you think?
Yes, he is.
You are,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Thank you.
And
Wow.
also, Herb said sometimes he does this with his wife too, right?
Yeah,
So you
once
do it
in a while.
together, another
Yeah.
couple here. I know.
Wow. Wow. We need more herbs in this
Yes,
world,
we
that's for
do.
sure, right? Thank you,
Need
Herb.
more people like
Have a
you.
great day, Herb. Okay. Okay, carry on.
Wow.
That's
So
fantastic.
this is a job, but for you it's got to be pleasurable too, right?
It is. You know, everybody says it's a job, but to me, it's a blessing. You know, I feel like I'm getting paid to do something I really enjoy, and at the end of the day, that makes me feel good.
For all of you out there who would like to know how to volunteer, Cherie's going to give you the specifics on how you could be a volunteer delivering the food or just be a driver. So this is be very helpful to get the specifics. And what do they need to do?
Well, come in and fill out an application first and foremost, and then come in and take a route. and drive with one of our seasoned drivers or one of our staff members and see if you like it. We don't ask for any commitment at first. It's not for everyone, but if you do want to give back to your community, it's a great way to get into people's homes and say hello and socialize, offer some nutrition and socialization. And if you want to make a commitment, we only ask for 1 route a week that you drive.
What type of volunteers do you have? In other words, what is their background, and what have you found to be some of the volunteers that have absolutely just fallen in love with this and it's been a perfect fit?
You know, it can be any volunteer really, as long as you have the heart and the wanting to give back, patience and kindness. We have everywhere from a young mom from Coto de Caza who comes in, who absolutely loves it, and then we have people like Irv, who are up in their 90s, who've done it for 20 years, who love giving back. It's just part of who they are.
So anyone really is welcome to come, and is that Monday through Friday, and what are the hours then if they would like to volunteer? When could they come down to visit the center?
Our center's open from 8:30 to 4:30 Monday through Friday. Our delivery time is from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. So any time that you're available, just come on down.
So come down anytime then, Monday through Friday, and see about volunteering.
Yeah.
So, great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope all of you have enjoyed this program and really taking a look at behind the scenes on how this operation works. I hope you're excited. I hope you saw people maybe that you can identify with and would like to be part of this, because it's a wonderful opportunity to give back to the community, to be a volunteer, to be part of something that's larger than yourself, and also, you know, do something really kind and wonderful for others. And as you said, it's not just the food, it's really connecting with other people that really, we need each other. And this is a wonderful community to be helpful and to reach out, and also to, you know, find something very rewarding for oneself. I want to introduce you to my friend Paul, and I've just met John. Hi. And they have lunch here quite frequently. I wanted to ask you about the lunches, how often you come, and how you like having lunch here and getting together and socializing. So
John comes more frequently than I, but I'm lunch 2 or 3 times a week, and I love it. Always good food and good company, and we have a lot of fun.
Right? How about you, John?
I've been coming here for about 4.5 years. I average about 4 times a week. The people that run this are excellent, because we're served. We're like being in a restaurant. We're waited on. They serve us. They then pick up the plates. Now the food, it can range from 1 to 10. Very few 1s and very few 10s, but every once in a while, maybe once a week, they really hit it on the money with something that I'd give it a 9. I think I've only given 1 10 in 4.5 years. But I don't, I would never cook that at home. So coming here is like going to a restaurant, and it's, you know, what, $4.50, not bad.
Right. And it's a complex meal too, right?
Yeah, and I assume because we're senior citizens, they have to make sure we get a nice, balanced, nutritious meal.
Now with the schedule too, you could choose, like if you see something that's really a 10, in other words, on that monthly schedule, you could pick out the lunches that you specifically like.
No, you have no choice of the hot meal. If you don't want the hot meal, you can get a cold meal. Otherwise, what you see is what you get.
Okay. Yeah. It's nutritionally balanced, and overall, it's good.
I think so. I think so. And the people are, you know, wonderful. We're all older.
And have you met a lot of new
Chronologically
friends here too?
challenged.
Yes, yes. They also have maybe once or more a week, they have entertainment. And some of it, I would say, is Las Vegas style. I mean, and,
Terrific singers.
And let's give credit to Dodie, who picks up the tab on
Yes,
those
she's a very generous supporter of the senior center.
She's a gal in the white sweater sitting out.
And she did the mural outside
Yeah,
too, I
she's
think.
the lady on the mural.
Lady in the mural. She's a wonderful woman.
Yeah.
How about you, Paul, too? You've been coming here and
Oh,
have you met a
5
lot
or
of new
6
people?
years at least, and that's where I met John, and we've been pretty good buddies. But he studies a lot, and I'm not such a good student, but he takes a lot of classes and is way ahead of me.
He's got 10 years.
Intellectually.
He's got 10 years of mileage on me.
And he's an artist too.
And he's an
You're
artist.
correct.
Yes, I do sculpture. Clubhouse 4 is my favorite hangout down in Laguna Woods.
And I see you here in the mornings sometimes.
I'm here a couple of days a week after a workout in the gym, and enjoy good company and good coffee.
They always have coffee and donuts available.
So you kind of gather here as a morning place to get together and almost like a morning cheers.
Yeah, I think you can. I notice a lot of people are here. This is their home away from home. 'Cause I think some of them may come all day.
It's a place
Yeah,
to
a
come.
lot of interesting people come and go.
And this is not in Laguna Woods, so this is actually Laguna Hills. So it's
That's
not
right.
part of. It's not part of the woods.
So it does serve the community.
The community.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you
Thank
sharing
you
with
for
us a little bit
inviting
about.
us, Cynthia.
Yes, pleasure, and thank you. I think it's a wonderful opportunity for people to come on down, and you can be here in the morning, see Paul probably, but come and socialize, have a cup of coffee, a bagel, and then also the lunches are Monday through Friday, 11:30, $4.50. Can't beat it. It's all nutritionally balanced. Don't have to cook.
Here's the monthly menu. You fill this out when you're going to be here, and on one side it outlines the hot lunches, and on the other side the cold lunches. You can have your choice of which ones you want, and you have to just sign up and hand this in. And this is the monthly program that'll tell you everything that's going on during a particular month.
Dodie was so sweet with my parents, and we would come for lunch. She'd always kiss my mother.
And
I always gave her a big kiss.
And I told her, I said it was because they were probably so sweet to me, so nice to be sweet to.
Oh, she's the sweet one. You are. You're the sweet one.
Thank
but
you,
thank
honey.
you.
How long have you been coming here?
Well, I came here because I'm a volunteer, and I have been 34 years with the center, and we had 3 places, and I've been to every one of them, and I am now on my 35th year.
What's that been like for you?
I love it. I love my people. I do everything I can for them, and they love me, so it makes us even. Makes us even.
35 years, you've gotten to meet a lot of people.
I started out real young.
Can you even count how many people you probably met in 35
No,
years here?
Not really. In 3 places. We were over by Bond's first, the grocery store, and then we moved to Glacier Park, and then when Ross Cortese gave us the property here, I think this was built about 17 years ago, and I've been here since then. And I plan on being here another 15 years. So just put up with me.
We're gonna hold you to that.
Okay.
15 years.
That's a deal.
Nice.
Now they're getting ready to serve lunch. Everybody's busy in the kitchen. They'll have people that come out and they actually deliver all the meals to the tables. It's like a restaurant. So you can just sit, socialize, eat well, and have a good afternoon. They're having rosemary chicken, chocolate cake. It's been served and it smells great. And if you'd like to make a donation, you can always call Shirley Witt. She's the Director of Programs here, and they would appreciate any donation and any help because they provide so many services, resources, meals. They do a lot for the community. So anything that you would like to possibly become involved in the way of volunteering or in the way of donations, please feel free to contact Shirley Witt. She's the Director of Programs. This is the Florence Sylvester Memorial Center, and it's wonderful. So come on down.